Now, the Premier resumes after a 2-week international break. Treble winners City lead the way after 4 games, but could actually be overtaken by their opponents, West Ham, on Saturday. Spurs and Liverpool have also begun well, with 5 teams, including all 3 promoted sides, are still, awaiting their first wins. The talkSPORT network brings you 2 exclusive commentaries tomorrow afternoon. The first, Wolves against Liverpool, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. That's at 12:30. Liverpool will be without skipper Virgil van Dijk after his suspension, of course, for that red card against Newcastle was increased by a further game following a foul-mouthed rant at referee John Brooks. Van Dijk feels really hard done by saying Mr. Brooks and Mr. Pawson accepted my apology and acknowledged they understood the emotion of the game had been a significant factor. Right, where are we, Liverpool, Gab? Can Liverpool challenge the title this season, honestly?
Do I think they can challenge in Manchester City? No, I don't. Do I think they can challenge for top 4? 100%. Still not sure about Konate in and out the team. Matip, Van Dijk's not the same. But I do like the signings in midfield, Al. I do like Szoboszlai. I think he's a very good player. McAllister's a top player. Going forward, Núñez, I think he's coming into his form now. Diaz, Salah, Jota, Gakpo. They've got enough going forward, but I think defensively, and maybe their defensive midfielder, the new signing, Endo, we haven't seen much of him at the moment. Maybe he can improve. But I look at Manchester City, I just don't see anyone getting close to them now. If there's a team, it'll be Arsenal, I think.
What about the Yam Yams? Are they going to be okay under Gary O'Neill?
I think it's early doors. I mean, the Wolves have lost 3 games, 1-1, 4 games, 3 points. Still early doors, but I do like Gary O'Neill as a manager. I feel like making that change was the right thing. But just the players they've lost, Al. You know, they're not big scorers, Wolves, but they need to use the players that they've got. Chan scored against Palace last game. He looks like a sharp player. They've lost Podence. He's moved out
good
now.
Player, I liked
Neto's a good player. They've got some good little players, Al, but they need to do more. Need to score more goals. So it's going to be tough, but I think this will be a tough game for Liverpool. I think after the international break, you don't know how teams are going to come back.
And now one game a lot of people will be looking at, we've been already speaking about it this morning, the trials and tribulations and the problems at Manchester United. At 3 o'clock, talkSPORT 2 brings you exclusive commentary of United against Brighton. That against the backdrop of numerous problems. Sancho has been axed from the first team squad by Ten Hag, while Brazilian winger Antony will be delaying his return to the club to address allegations of assault made against them. United, it's all over the shop at the moment. Are we saying that they're going to miss out top 4? Is this too distracting?
You know why I wouldn't rule them out yet, Al? Because I really like the look of Højlund, the striker. Even against Arsenal, when he come on, he caused them problems. He's quick, strong, aggressive. And I think this could be the game against Brighton, who are quite open at the back, that Højlund could get a couple of goals. And they've still got top players, Al. You know, Mason Mount has got a point to prove. Eriksen still has Fernandes, Casemiro. You've got Garnacho's a good young player.
I like Mount very much as a player, I really do. But it's hard going into a struggling team. When you want to get off to a good start, you want to go in there and you're winning every game.
Of course.
So it's difficult for him. I tell you who could be back for Brighton, the young boy Ferguson, who missed out on international duty. He might be back.
I really like him. But Mount, like a lot of players, Al, have to have a good season to go to the Euros. So this is what the managers have got in their locker. They know,
England's
look
midfield.
at the competition in that midfield. I mean, he was in the squad because he was injured. And no one's talking about Mason Mount of like being in England's squad. So he has to come back, get his head down, get back to his best form. But Manchester United got the players out, and I really like the look of Højlund. I feel like if you get Rashford and Garnacho either side, getting past players and balls into the box, he could be their version of HAALAND.
Well, let me ask you this. Would it be a shock if Brighton went to Old Trafford and beat them?
It wouldn't be a shock, no. I feel that Manchester United looks shaky at the back. Will Casemiro be bang at it, being away with the national team as well? But I think teams aren't going to Old Trafford scared anymore, Al. That's the problem. I went there frightened. We went there, parked the bus, try and nick a 1-0 on the counter-attack. Teams are going there now and on the front foot. They're not bothered about going 1v1 against players. So it wouldn't surprise you if Brighton went there and got a result.
Quick one then. Goodison, Sunday. Everton against Arsenal.
Oh, well, speaking to Youngie, yesterday, I'm sure they
Ashley Young, yeah.
Yeah, Ashley Young, sorry. They want to get to, get their first win in the season. I mean, being down there, you look at Luton, Burnley, 0 points. Everton, 4 games, 1 point. Sheffield United, 4 games, 1 point. What a statement this would be. But I think the class Arsenal have got, the midfield, Rice, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka. I think that they'll make it hard for Arsenal, but I think Arsenal will get the result. They've got too much class.
Okay. So Wolves against Liverpool, Manchester United against Brighton, both live and exclusive across the networks tomorrow. We also bring you exclusive coverage of Forest against Burnley on Monday night. Now that's an interesting one as well. Forest Burnley, Forest looking to get some points at home, whereas Burnley,
they need to
every
get something
point's a bonus.
They've got 0 points out of 3 games. They need desperately at least a draw in that game.
And tonight the Championship talkSPORT 2 brings you Southampton against Leicester. Good game for that, a Championship game.
Yes,
that is,
yes, big game.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.